back from Once Upon a Time. This is episode 1 of season 5. Man, I always get really excited about season premieres anyway, because you have no idea, exactly what's going to happen with the season ahead when there's especially with a show like Once Upon a Time, there's 22 episodes, and when they kind of normally do 2 half season arcs as well. So, you can predict all you want at a premiere, but you have no idea what's going to come in the second half of the season most of the time. So, you just be way off by the end. And I really like that kind of journey. So yeah, I'm very excited to get into this season and see what they're going to do. Yeah, Emma is the Dark One, which is crazy and really cool. And I hope we get a lot of exploration of that. I imagine that's going to be a big deal for a little bit of the season. Maybe the first half, maybe the entire thing. I don't really know. I think it's a really cool concept though, so I'm excited for it. They also mentioned the Sorcerer, who's actually Merlin, so maybe we're going to get some Arthurian legendy kind of stuff this season, which I would love, because I'm into that stuff. Yeah, I'd be very excited about that, so that could potentially be a thing as well. And yeah, I'm just really intrigued to see how they're going to kind of continue the story next, now that Emma's the Dark One, and how that's going to change things, and how everyone's going to react to that, and what of their own little stories are going to go on as well. And, new season, they might introduce some new characters, because we've got the Frozen characters in the last season premiere, so we're going to get that kind of thing again. I don't know. Either way, I'm very excited, so let's begin season 5. Sword in the Stone. Well, that's a promising start to what I want.
You have the opportunity to remove Excalibur from its stone.
Oh. Is that going to be Merlin? If he's all about Excalibur and stuff? Denying all that storybook stuff in season 1 when that kind of shit happens? Damn, look at this. Whoa.
Just the place, Lancelot? Have faith, Arthur.
Lancelot! Arthur! Oh. Oh. You can still stab someone with it.
We must find its other half.
Ah!
She'd be so stupid.
Regina!
That's
There had
brilliant.
to be another way.
Return! With it, I can summon the Dark One from any corner of the world.
Well, there's your answer. She's not in this world.
Makes sense.
What are you?
I'm many things. I'm the voice.
I'm exposition.
In your hands.
I'll never hurt the people I love. The people who love me.
Oh boy.
The monstrosity took Emma. Where did
Oh
they
good,
go?
he's not dead.
The dark.
Now he's dead, right? No. Sorry, pal. Avada Kedavra! Or Expelliarmus. Or nothing.
We need someone wicked.
No.
No. No.
Wicked always wins.
Not my sister. Just tell me!
Oh. You got the power. Ha!
This rose is now linked to your beast, Belle. As long as it still has petals, he lives. Now go.
Nice. Not nice.
Someone was just looking for an excuse to come and see me.
Oh, shut up.
Careful.
Imagine a mirrored lake, a tall tree, with low
I think she can easily imagine a tall tree.
I'm picturing... What?
Oh.
The will of the wisp.
Oh.
If you want to find Merlin, I'll catch it. Can you make it work?
I believe so. There's just a teeny something standing in my way.
Oh.
Back off, lassie. My aim is true. Don't test me. hurt you. So that was just a wee magical love tap.
Oh, is this Merida?
I know one when
I will have to say I've never seen Brave, so I don't know about her at all.
We're gonna break out the Wicked Witch.
Oh no. You see, I don't think that's a good idea.
So if I let her use it, I can never use it.
Oh dear.
While her heart beats.
You want me to take it for myself? Or you wanting me to betray Merida?
Uh-oh. Oh. Not great.
You're not gonna do anything unexpected.
On my unborn child's life.
Afraid I'm gonna need some real.
Oh, are you pregnant? You should have mentioned it.
This is probably gonna sting.
Oh. Jesus.
Mother.
Oh, now you're twins. Neat trick.
You should have listened to my sister.
Who could have guessed this would have gone wrong?
Come hell or high water, we are going to put our nonsense aside and find my daughter.
Yes.
Okay?
Is this Selena?
What?
No, just I'm right when you're concerned about me.
Oh, I hope it's not Selena now.
Selena.
Oh, it was the other one.
I really do love her.
That's a
don't you?
fun twist.
Funny that you couldn't tell when I was glamoured as Marion, though.
What do you want?
Oh, ow.
Why, you, dear. Now I have someone to love me. And only me.
I mean, we'll see.
This is my future, and I am not letting anyone take it from me. So if you want your forest-smelling boyfriend to live through the day, you will give me that wand.
Don't even think about it.
You can't, Regina, please.
Oh, God. But Emma did it so Regina could have a happy ending. Oh! Oh, well.
What the hell happened?
What happened is I'm not stupid.
Ah!
I could open that portal. But I also knew it would weaken you. But we're not taking it to Oz. We're taking it to Emma.
Yes, Regina!
If she gets to the Hill of Stones and whispers into that wisp, it's all over for you, dearie. Unless you kill her.
I'm not killing anyone.
Ah, you don't really mean that.
Again.
Now go ahead and rip her heart out.
By using
Oh my God.
Emma's baby blanket.
I'll be honest, I completely forgot that they had Baby Neil. I completely forgot he was a thing.
Twister!
Leroy! It's okay.
Of course it's Leroy.
We summoned it.
It's here! The Twister!
How do you think it feels when everyone asks you how the adventure was and you gotta say that no one asked you to go along, that you weren't needed? We're not turning our
We
back.
want to be in danger.
Not even in the face of certain death.
Thank you.
Certain?
Fly, my pretties, fly! Damn.
Go on.
You made the first move there, Merida.
Use your anger.
Sorry about it.
Use your power.
Oh, where could she have gone? Oh no.
Excellent. Now, crush it. Look at us. Heroes and villains together for you. Because of you.
Like the dwarves are like, don't leave us behind, and they've been left behind
Our
in
demons.
the diner, the old lady and the baby. I didn't think she'd kill her. So that's good.
You okay? Oh, for someone who just now had their heart outside their chest, Gran. Reminding me I've got darkness in me too. I was on my way to kill the people who took my brothers, but maybe I'll show them mercy. Someone's gonna get a right good punch to the gut for putting me through this. Then mercy.
You don't look like a crocodile.
Doesn't it look down?
falls into the wrong hands, what it could do, and you could do.
Maybe she's the wrong hands.
The fight to control my darkness has just begun. Are you serious?
She can do what needs to be done if it comes down to it.
Now save me.
Aww.
You can't save me. Do what no one else will willingly do.
Yeah. I quite like that, the image of the diner in the woods.
Grannies.
What now?
King Arthur and his guys.
You were expecting us.
Oh.
He prophesied you're coming here a long time ago. Just as he prophesied many things.
They've got the tip of his sword.
Where?
You're destined to reunite him with us.
Oh, good.
If you'll all follow me.
Where?
Like Camelot.
Yeah.
Of course.
What do you think? Yes! I'm hyped for this. Oh, I'm getting like Merlin nostalgia. If you've seen the show Merlin. Oh. Oh no. Okay.
What the hell are we wearing? Sneezy, what happened? How long were we
They
gone?
lost their memories
6
again?
weeks?
Relax. I'm right here.
Oh! Oh!
There's no savior in this town anymore. I'll do exactly what you asked me to.
Oh dear.
I am the Dark One.
Oh dear. Well, that's a problem. But we've got a whole season, so yay. Okay, well, that was a pretty solid premiere, I would say. Lots of interesting setup for at least the first half of the season, I would assume. I feel like maybe this first half there's going to be like the Arthurian stuff and Merlin and all of that, and maybe a lot of this next bit is going to be like those missing 6 weeks that those guys lost, kind of filling in those gaps of what happened, leading us to this point with Emma being like fully Dark Wand, which I think could be an interesting kind of idea. Again, pretty soon after the whole of season 3 memory wipe thing to be doing this again, but maybe it's not going to be quite as dominant, or maybe we get all the answers and we fill in all the gaps in the next episode or something. But, you know, I have to wait and see what happens. It's a good way of kind of setting up a mystery, I suppose. And I feel like they just really wanted to show off Emma's look at the end as like full Dark One. I feel like they just wanted to show that off in the premiere and not have to wait to get to that point. So they just did like the quick time jump, the 6 weeks later thing. So yeah, I'm very excited to see where that's going to go. And we are getting proper like King Arthur, Lancelot, Camelot, all of that. We kind of saw them. I love that. I don't know if they'd kind of, had they revealed before that the dagger, the Dark One's dagger, was like the tip of Excalibur. I don't know if that's been revealed before and I just like completely missed it, or I'd forgotten about that reveal, but I love that idea. I think that's really cool. And just another way of tying Emma's kind of Dark One arc into this appearance of Merlin and all of that. I like how that's kind of intrinsically linked. And I suppose it makes sense as to how Merlin can like take the darkness away and destroy the Dark One and their power if, you know, the dagger that controls the Dark One does come from like this Arthurian legend. And I really like that. I thought that was really cleverly done, actually. I thought that was a brilliant reveal, and Camelot kind of looks really cool as well, so I'm excited to see them revisit that, and as they, I assume, fill in those missing gaps from those 6 weeks. And we have Granny and the dwarf and all that along with them as well, so it would be kind of cool if we get some more focus on those characters, because I think that was very much a reference to the fact that, you know, they've very much always been in the background for seasons and seasons at this point. So if they get, you know, give the dwarves and Granny maybe a bit of focus in this arc since they've gone along for the ride, that could be interesting. So I enjoyed that. And yeah, I'm intrigued to see how they're going to handle Emma's story. I mean, we kind of know where it ends up, at least, you know, all the Camelot stuff we're kind of kind of know that they fail in their quest, and Regina is going to lose the dagger that she was given. Emma goes full Dark One. So I'm excited to see the points leading up to that, and getting to that point should be quite something. And her having like this image of Rumpel whispering in her ear, trying to make her turn dark, was really fun. And a good way of having Robert Carlyle still be quite a big presence in the episode, even though Mr. Gold's still like in a coma. And the Blue Fairy giving Belle the rose. So as long as, the rose still has petals and stuff, he's still alive. Nice little reference to Beauty and the Beast there, I did like that. And, Belle is with all those guys, I believe, as well, in Camelot. I think she was there, I'm pretty sure. So that was cool. And Merida showed up. And again, I couldn't get super hyped and excited because I haven't seen Brave, which is, a bit of a gap in my... I think it's Pixar, isn't it? A bit of a gap in my Pixar knowledge. But, there are a few... Oh! There goes my ring light. Anyway, it was cool to kind of see Merida show up, even though, I'm really not familiar at all with the character and her brothers, her father, any of that. I have no idea. All I knew was that she was ginger, she was Scottish, so it was kind of quick to realise who that was, because you cannot miss that hair. My goodness, that was quite the wig. I assume it was a wig. The accent at times was, but I think the actress actually did a pretty good job for the most part. So just another character from, I guess, a Disney Pixar film, like the Frozen characters being introduced. I don't know if we'll see her again. She didn't die, so we could. But if that's just her one appearance and it's a one-off fun little thing, it's this character. It's still fun. She still kind of had a little arc of her own. I like how she was realising she had darkness in her as well, and she was going to show them mercy through seeing what Emma was going through. I really liked that kind of pairing of characters for an episode, because they linked Elsa very much to Emma's story arc in season 4 as well in that first half. So the fact that they did the same thing again with Merida is pretty cool. Since Emma is the saviour. Well, she was the saviour, probably not now, but she's kind of often been the key to everything, so it makes sense that a lot of character arcs will revolve around her own one. So that was cool, and yeah, there's probably some good references and stuff that I missed because I just don't know Brave and what happens in it. So I do feel like Merida made a joke about a bear or something. It seemed like it was a wink wink reference to Brave, but obviously I'm just went because I haven't seen it. But maybe that's a reaction one day, who knows. So yeah, her kind of showing up was a fun little addition, and I liked her a lot. And what should we talk about next? Oh, Hook and Henry. I liked seeing them kind of team up to try and break Zelina out, and it went marvellously well. As I think Hook is very much, well, they were both very much blinded by this need to save Emma above all else, and that was risking letting Zelina out of her cage, so she could have a bit of a laugh, a bit of fun games, and it went about as well as I expected it to go. So there you have it. But I did like that Regina showing again how really smart and badass and awesome she is. Kind of made the most of the situation. Well, Zelina's out. How do I turn this to my advantage? Okay, we use her to make a portal, then we take it to Emma. That was a cool way of actually getting everyone to Emma's location. Because there's only so many times I guess you can come up with different ways of getting to all these different realms. How do they get to Neverland? How do we use these magic beans to get somewhere? So I like that they have these really cool inventive ways of getting around to different realms. So that was really fun. And to see Emma back in the Enchanted Forest and see everyone there again was pretty cool. And Hook and Henry's kind of actions there, and I also really liked Mary Margaret's speech about when Emma kept us all together, we need to remain that way, you need to put our grievances aside and stuff, and really focus. And Regina really came through on that, really, because she managed to trick Zelina, which was really fun, really cool, and her and Robin still seem to be pretty solid which I love because I love those two, and I hope we get a lot of kind of focus on that couple this season. That's one of my big hopes for sure. Because, you know, a lot of characters like Robin, Mary Margaret, and David, you know, they weren't like, they were pretty much in the background in this episode as well, particularly David. But we have a whole season for them. So yeah, I'm very intrigued by all of that, and Regina, you know, Emma giving Regina the dagger because she's the one who would be able to, you know, kill her if it came down to it. I really liked that. Makes a lot of sense. Shows how intrinsically well Emma understands Regina, and probably vice versa at this point, which is really fun, and it just shows Emma has that respect, I think, for Regina, because she trusts her enough to know that she can get it done. She won't let her feelings get in the way like the others will. That was really nice and makes a lot of sense, I would say. But obviously Regina ends up kind of losing the dagger or misplacing it at some point, so we'll fill in those gaps later on down the line. But everything with Regina was really cool. I liked how she turned against Zelena and like outsmarted her. That was fun, and Zelena just causing trouble, you know, take a shot every time she mentions she's pregnant because she does it every other fucking line. But that's fine. And I did like when she was like, you know, screw this, now I'm free, I'm getting as far away from anyone as possible, I'm going to go back to Oz so no one can turn this baby against me. In a way it's quite sad because she never really had that family growing up, and she felt everyone was against her, she was very isolated and alone, she just wants someone to love her in that way. Kind of like all those, was it like the Council of Witches and stuff she had around her at first, and then Dorothy came along and they kind of all showered her with attention, and there goes my ring light again. You know what, it can stay there. It can just stay there. I don't care. I'll have bad lighting, I'll take it. I'm not getting up again. So yeah, it makes sense why Zelena would want to kind of get away with her kid. But not working out that way, because, you know, consent issues with Robin there, and he's the father now. You can't just like say, well, sayonara. There's a lot of kind of problematic things with that. I don't know if Once Upon a Time will really delve into that. It's not that really that kind of show to get quite that deep and that dark into like consent and all that jazz. So I think you're just going to have to run with it at this point, because she's the Wicked Witch, and I like how they brought her into the narrative, and they needed someone with a bit of darkness in them still to work the wand, which made a lot of sense. So that's cool, her bringing into it quite an organic way. Whereas I don't feel like that necessarily was done organically in season 4, bringing her back, considering like why did she let herself get frozen and nearly die when she was in Marion's guise, you know. So I think this worked a lot better as a means of bringing her back into the story instead of just having her locked up somewhere. Would have been fun to at least like check in with some other characters as well, like how did Lily and Maleficent maybe respond to what happened to Emma and everything, because they kind of set up a bit of thing there with Lily, but I don't know if that's has a place or any time for that in a minute. But either way, a really solid premiere, and I am intrigued to see what they're going to do with the whole Camelot thing and the kind of 6-week kind of gap, filling in those like little tidbits should be really interesting. So we have an idea of where they're going, at least with this first half, because I'm assuming they're still doing the 2 halves thing. I don't know for sure. Obviously, don't tell me if they changed it up, because I wouldn't be surprised. So that should be kind of fun to see where that goes. And Emma ultimately fully embraces this Dark One, and they failed her apparently. So to see Emma in that properly villainous role could be really cool. If we get a bit more of that soon, that'd be great. Like the Emma and Regina thing, where she gave her the dagger, was a really nice character moment. You know, using Rumpel, or the image of Rumpel, to keep Robert Carlyle around while Gold's in the coma was a clever idea. I liked Emma trying to still battle that darkness, even though she is the Dark One. That battle can still go on. I quite like that. And Merida being brought into the show, whether it's just this one episode or we see her again, I don't know. But I did enjoy what they did with her character in this one. And for some reason, Brave is just one of those films that kind of passed me by. I don't think it's, when I like saw trailers and stuff, it wasn't the one I was like, oh yeah, I absolutely have to see this, you know. But I have been the same with a few things like that. You know, it took me like 2 years to watch Frozen, so here we are. Although I think Brave is quite old now, isn't it? Brave was definitely before Frozen. I feel like Brave was like the year before. I feel like Brave was like the Pixar film before Frozen came out. I think it's like 2012, 2013, those two. So it was actually kind of around the same time, but I ignored them both for. But sorry, Brave, I'll watch it at some point. But I did enjoy what we saw of Merida's character in this. I don't know if it's a good representation of Merida from the film. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a completely different kind of character. But I assume, they did quite well with getting the Frozen characters pretty spot on personality-wise. I imagine they did the same with Merida. So yeah, that was all cool, and seeing, I really like Mary Margaret's speech about them all sticking together, Hook and Henry kind of teaming up. I do like their dynamic a lot, even if the plan didn't go too well. And Zelena causing a bit of a ruckus. And obviously she's still around as well. She was in like the Camelot clothing with them all when they returned, so I feel like maybe there could be a bit of an arc for her with her kid, which will probably be later on down the line in the season, because she's not really showing much of her pregnancy right now, so maybe that'll be something near the end of the season. And yeah, bringing the Arthurian legend into it is very exciting to me, because I love that kind of stuff, so we'll see what happens with all of that. But overall, I think this is a really solid start to the season. I'm excited to see where this arc is going to go, and the season as a whole is going to go. We have the 100th episode at some point this season. Episode 12 is the 100th episode. So I don't know if they do something special for that. That could be fun. A lot of shows do make a big deal out of it. And yeah, I'm still intrigued to see what happens with Mr. Gold when he wakes up. What's going on right now with Emma and everything. Really, really good, solid foundations to what will definitely be, I think, an interesting season that I'm excited for. I have heard, mixed things about season 5 from some comments I got. Some people absolutely love it. Some people think it's their least favourite season. So I'm intrigued to see what I'm going to think about it, that's for sure. And yeah, very exciting and a good start to the season. Can't wait for more. Until my next reaction, thanks for watching.